سبحان فالق الإصباح.
Allahu Akbar!
Ding dong. Hello?
Yes, that's right, infidels. You found us here, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, where you get the most real talk, the best reviews of all your favorite wrestling shows from AEW and WWE, Impact, and more, because we're going to break it all down with the best staff in professional wrestling at HMG. So you don't need to go anywhere else, because there's no 5 stars here. There's only $5 face slaps, infidel.
Allahu Akbar!
So sign up today, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, and join the Hameen Army for the most real talk in professional wrestling. YOLO!
Camera, swallow the dagger, cut off the ones who disobey, follow the leader into the fever, one by one until we smile for the camera, swallow the dagger, cut off the ones who disobey, follow the leader.
Hello everyone and welcome to the PWC Full Gear Prediction Show. I'm your host Jimmy T, and my co-host, he hasn't been around for a while, but he's back. He is a doctor, a good doctor mind you, and he is just a monster, man. He does everything. Dr. Michael PhD, welcome back to the PWC. How's things, my friend? It's been a while, man.
I mean, you know, I'm hanging out, I'm being cool, I'm being pretty, not as pretty as pretty boy Jimmy T over here, but you know, life is always exciting here in the land of the evening sun. Jimmy T, I hope the world is, you know, treating you better than a random punch in the face.
Yeah, well, as I explained on the Next Level podcast with Big Ray Hernandez and the vet, man, no shit. I'm not, no lie, I was chilling at 7-Eleven buying something, right? I was buying smokes. No bullshit. And some fucking dude looks at me and goes, "Do I know you, bro?" I'm like, "I don't know, do you know me?" He goes, "No, I don't know you." I go, "You don't know me then." No shit. Right? He was being a smart ass. I guess I was being a smart ass back. And then he sucker punched me, bro. He literally sucker punched me. I'm like, what the fuck? And he got me good, man. And that's and my lip got me, bro. He fucking got me,
If you
man.
adjust the contrast on your camera a little bit, it'll just blend right into your beard, and everybody will be like, "Why is that dude shaved so weird?"
I hate it, bro. It's gonna take forever to fucking heal, probably. It's healing actually right now, but man, I probably should have gotten stitches. I didn't, not because I'm tough, but only because
Let's get stitches.
I've had stitches before, numerous occasions, man. But I'm fucking 40 years old, bro. I don't need to be getting into this shit. I'm too old for this shit. But would you believe the motherfucker punches me and runs after that, dude?
You know what you need to do?
Blood.
You need to support the brand, Jimmy T. What you need to do is concoct this incredible story about how you said something on a show and the Ayatollah himself, Bin Hameen, was so angry that he jumped in the Hameen jet, flew halfway around the world, gave you a $5 face slap, split your lip open, and now you are here to sing his praises as part of your punishment.
Yalla, yalla, and all praise goes to the Ayatollah of HMG, Mr. Bin Khamin. But yeah, you're right. I should have done something, and I didn't think of that. That's actually a great idea.
God damn it.
Yeah, God damn it. We just ruined it now, man. But unfortunately, we just sold it to the world, man. Jargo, you there? I think we've lost Jargo suddenly. Where did he go? I don't know. But we've got a question, or should I say, in the chat by Chris, Paul, Bruce, Winland. Does it devalue AEW for the talent to keep mentioning WWE in any promo material? Nothing builds your brand like continuously referencing the competition. Yes, I think it does devalue AEW, but I understand why they always reference WWE, because at the end of the day, they are the number 2 company. I mean, if you're number 1, let's be honest, you don't mention the number 2 brand. Let's be honest here, right? So, in some ways, yeah, it does devalue them. It's cheap. Like, how about you worry about your own shit and not worry about WWE, because at the end of the day, you've got a lot of catching up to do, TK. So, yeah, man, it absolutely does kind of devalue him. But where did Jago go? Is he going to come back? I don't know. But hopefully he does, because it is a prediction show, and it is Full Gear 2022. And I don't know, anyone in the chat that's actually watching and listening, I mean, you guys looking forward to Full Gear, or is we going to get an overhyped AEW event? I mean, it's quite interesting, but no less I'm looking forward to it. It's funny though, because I've been having internet problems all night, and now unfortunately Jago is not around, but hopefully he's back, because he's left me in the deep end. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do predictions on my own. Oh, there he is. There you are. Oh, and I thought I had the issues.
You were having connection issues all morning, and now we get on the show, and now my connection decides to go wonky.
Oh, just explaining that.
See, this is what I get for talking smack about the Ayatollah bin Hamid.
He got you, bro. He's already he's eyeing us off right now. Guaranteed. But you know what, Jago?
Goddamn door's locked, man.
You better. Don't make me do a Seth Rollins laugh on you right now, Jago.
Oh, God.
Anyway, are you looking forward to Full Gear this week, man? Or is it just a meh pay-per-view, shall we say?
I think it's a meh pay-per-view show. I mean, there's not anything on here that really stands out to me as, oh my God, I absolutely cannot wait to see this. And that's kind of how Dynamite's been lately too, right? And it's reflected in the ratings this week, like the lowest ratings since June for the go-home show for Full Gear. I feel like AEW is in a weird place, man, because like so many people are like, oh, the show's got so much better without the Elite. I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but you know, I not to rip on our homeboy Rick and the city of Cincinnati and John Moxley, but you know, I've said for years that Dean Ambrose was the worst WWE champion in WWE history, and he's still not a draw. Like, Ambrose is great, Moxley is great, but he's great as that second or third guy on the card. I'm not building my promotion around John Moxley.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And to be fair to Moxley, though, it wasn't really his time to be that guy right now. I mean, he was going to take a break, apparently like a good 6-week hiatus he was going to take. And I still assume he will after this weekend. I mean, surely, and we'll get to that matchup, but surely we're going to have a new AEW champion. But like I said, we'll get to that. We've got another comment in the chat by Chris, who says, "Will not pay $50 for this AEW shit show. How is this any more worthy than Winter is Coming or any random special Dynamite show?" I mean, he's got a point.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I was looking at this card earlier, and there's like 8 championship matches on this card, which is too many goddamn belts. It's just, it's too many belts. You know, but I mean,
not enough
that I've been fighting about forever. And then one of the matches is part of the World Championship Eliminator Tournament, so it's to get a belt. And then you've got Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin. Like, both of those matches have been built pretty well as far as grudge matches go. They're undercard grudge matches. You know what I mean? Like, there's not that big personal issue anywhere up and down this card that is for a championship.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, dude. And Pierce in the chat says, "G'day, lads. What's cracking, Pierce? You up late, dude?" He's up late. I thought I was the only Aussie up late. But anyway, yeah, no, you're spot on, Jugger, and it is what it is. And I feel like Dynamite has been so stale, man. The last few weeks, even this week, I'm not gonna lie, man, it was hard to like pay attention to the show, man.
I mean, there's just not a lot going on the show. You know what I mean? And I feel like everybody's just kind of over Moxley. So what do you do at this point?
It's true, man. What do you do at this point? But we'll see. I mean, they don't seem to be panicked or worried. There was a press conference that happened, I believe, yesterday, I think.
Yeah, the media scrum.
Right. And I guess we're going to have a post-media scrum too. And TK is full of shit, man. I just want to say quickly because...
He's a wrestling promoter. Of course he is.
Know, but he's so full of shit. Like, someone asked him about... I can't remember if it was Ryan said it. Someone asked him anyway about the CM Punk situation and what happened at All Out. And the question was, did you know what he was going to say? And if you did, like, did you want to stop him? And he's like, oh, no, I wasn't really paying attention to Punk. I was trying to talk to Tony Storm and someone else. And, like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You were fucking looking at him the whole time. But, yeah, I mean, that's TK for you, man. But let's get into predictions, though, because that's what we're here for, Jugger. And, you know, we don't have too much time. So, and I'm going to start off with the TNT Championship match between Wardlow, your champion, versus Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs for the TNT Championship. This match, it looks great on paper, but what the fuck?
Does it?
On paper, it looks good, but I don't like the matchup though. In this particular time,
I mean, I'm fine with it. I thought Joe's promo was actually pretty good on Dynamite.
It was great.
You know, where he was like, you know, killer be killed, and I'm the killer, right? So sure. I mean, I was down with the promo. I feel like this is Powerhouse Hobbs' time, though, right? Like they involve Samoa Joe, so Hobbs can get the pin on Joe. Wardlow doesn't actually take a loss to drop the TNT Championship, but I feel like it's Hobbs' time.
Yeah, it is Hobbs' time, but the problem is he going to win the championship? And that comes down to our first prediction. Do you think he's going to win the championship?
I'm going Hobbs.
Really?
Wardlow just feels so stale to me at this point.
He is stale, dude. I mean, he very much is stale. But, unfortunately, this is AEW, bro. You're going to have to stick with Wardlow, surely. Otherwise, what was the whole point? Even though they've done nothing with him. Let's not get it twisted. His TNT Championship run has been an absolute failure.
Well, let's kind of look at the rest of the card, right?
Right.
I mean, you can't go to Wardlow challenging for the AEW championship until he magically drops the TNT championship. And if you're going to put Max on top, Max versus a babyface Wardlow seems like a pretty logical step for the first couple chapters here of the MJF championship run. I mean, I just feel like it's time to get this title off of Wardlow so he can go do other things, see what Hobbs can do with it.
Interesting that you say that, man, because if that's the case, if we go that way, does that mean we go into, and assuming that MJF does get the championship, just say, right? Do we go with an MJF Wardlow feud straight off the bat again? I mean,
not necessarily straight off the bat, but I mean, it's something that you could do 3 months from now.
Yeah.
I mean, so Wardlow loses the TNT championship. You reframe him as a monster after, you know, he has lost the championship, but he didn't actually get beat to lose the championship. That's the key in the whole thing. So you build him up to be a monster for a heel MJF. I mean, yeah, that absolutely makes sense to me.
Interesting. Well, as good as that sounds,
the last time they met each other, Wardlow squashed him.
That's true. And that's why I just don't think it's time, like you said, it needs to be like 3 months down the road, and that's why I am going to go with Wardlow to win this matchup, only because of what you just said. In many ways, I actually agree with you, other than the part that Wardlow has to drop the TNT Championship. Right now, I just don't see them actually dropping the belt on him, man. So I'm going to stick with Wardlow, and Joe's already your TV champion anyway, so your Ring of Honor.
He's just there to eat the pin. One way or another, Joe's eating the pin in this match.
How sad is that, right?
Well, I mean, given where Samoa Joe is at this point in his career, he should be out there making new talent. So,
well, yeah, you're right, but I hope he does eat the pin, because it wouldn't surprise me if Powerhouse Hobbs actually does eat the pin, if he doesn't win. That's the irony.
Interesting.
Mark my words. You say Joe, I'll say Hobbs eats the pin.
I'm saying Hobbs pins Joe.
Okay, interesting. And all right, and then we can move on to say a Wardlow Hobbs sort of feud.
Yeah, sure.
Because he never lost the belt, blah blah blah. If we go that way, all right, interesting. I find that interesting, man. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Pierce definitely agrees with you, Jugger. So there you go.
Logic, ladies and gentlemen, logic. That's why I'm a fucking doctor.
Wow, sorry. I can see the PhDs in the background.
What's on my name there, pretty boy?
Yeah, me. Absolutely.
Pretty
Jimmy T, man. Well, that's an interesting scenario there. But let's move to match number 2, because we got Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Now, I think we can both agree, Jugger. Is it you and I that's been saying this? Sting never loses, dude, on TV. It's just he doesn't lose.
That's true. That's true. And Darby Allin did take one hell of an ass whipping.
He did.
And
he did.
It's Double J.
I mean, great though, bro. Come on.
So earlier we had Christopher was talking about the length of this card. Right. If I'm looking at matches to cut off of this card, put on Winter is Coming, some random Dynamite. This is at the top of my list.
Oh,
right here. And this is one of the best built matches on the card, right? Like, I should want to see this. But the reality is, it's Sting and Jeff Jarrett in a ring in 2022, and I don't need to see that. Just don't need to see it. Don't care.
It's true. I don't care either, to be honest, but I guess TK does, because, look, don't get me wrong, Jeff Jarrett for his age looks fucking great. Absolutely looks great. But, yeah, we don't need this match. This match should have got the flick. And like Pierce says in the chat, who in AEW should they job out Sting to? I mean, nobody.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Well, you could go
for
there.
real. I'm dead serious. Powerhouse Hobbs.
If you're dead serious about building Powerhouse Hobbs, then absolutely. If you're dead serious about building him up.
Because you want to do it for a guy that's young, that's actually going to get something out of it. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Absolutely. Christopher Paul says in the chat, JJ, Sting, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt. This is an Impact Wrestling match.
And not a good Impact Wrestling match.
Not a good one at all. So, are we both going with Sting and Darby in this matchup?
Of course, we're going with Sting and Darby. Of course.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, because it's house versus house. It's brick versus brick. It's Saraya versus Britt Baker, DMD, that is. I'm intrigued by this matchup. I'm not going to lie, Jago.
Are you?
I am.
Why?
Because if you want to make it like the pillar at one stage, not that Saraya was ever the pillar in WWE, but at one stage, she was definitely a big deal.
I think she was. Absolutely.
Right. If you want to go once she jumped ship from NXT to the main roster, definitely, 100%. I just feel like they've had a great build. If anyone's had a good build in this pay-per-view, really, even though they haven't had much time to really build it properly, I think it's been them two. I think them two have had sort of the best promos in the ring, the most sort of hype, in my opinion, that I want to see. And unfortunately, that's just how the whole card just stinks to me. But yeah, I think this will be an interesting matchup. Unfortunately, you can't see Saraya losing, surely, right?
Oh no, I mean, so Soraya's got to go over here. I mean, if you're gonna do anything with her, right? I think she has to go over here. I'm not really sure where that leaves Britt. Like, I don't
Can't
like
take
this
another loss,
matchup.
bro. Right.
I don't like this matchup. Like, I feel like this should be Serena Deeb. It should be Serena Deeb versus Soraya. Like, I would trust Serena Deeb in the ring with Soraya.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure I trust Britt Baker in the ring with something like this. But, I mean, we'll see. I'm curious to see how Soraya looks, because when she came in, the whole thing with, like, her and Emma, right? Like, it was really, really good for that time. We've seen a lot of things in her absence from the ring, and women's wrestling has come a long way since she was in the ring. And I just never felt like Paige was all that great. Like, she was fine, she was serviceable, but I never felt like she was all that great. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
I'm curious to see how she can keep up in a modern context and what she can do. You know what I mean? Because as good as people seem to think Paige was, I just don't think that she was necessarily that good. Like, she wasn't Sasha Banks. She wasn't Bayley. She wasn't Charlotte. She wasn't Becky. I mean, she was Liv Morgan. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the standard I have to hold her to.
I think she was I think she's much better than Liv Morgan even back then.
Do ya?
I do. But don't get it twisted though, Jugger. I've never been her biggest fan, really. I don't know, man. And really, I mean, look at her. Look at her, man. She's a fucking, she's Botox in person, bro. I mean, she's had too much work done. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, she's never necessarily been my flavor. But
same here, dude. I don't find her that attractive. I mean, yeah. I mean, she's hot. I get it. I get why people think she's hot, but
yeah, but this is a business where there's a lot of attractive women.
Absolutely.
Like she checked the box and hit a demographic for WWE at a time when they needed somebody to hit the goth girl that can wrestle gimmick. You know what I mean?
Well, I agree 100%. And Pierce actually in the chat brings up an interesting thing, because he goes on to say, I think it'll be a throw-out match, interference, double DQ. I can see that, man. I can see that, but not that it's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I guess the question is, do we feel the need to protect Britt?
Yes.
In the loss, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what it's going to come down to.
Right.
Or is it going to be simply Soraya gets her because Britt overlooked her, thinking that, you know, she wouldn't be that good? Like, is that the story they're going to tell? Are they going to do like a Trish Stratus kind of thing with her? You know what I mean?
What, her and Lita?
Yeah. And I completely agree with Christopher on this one. Like, this is another really, really bad example of AEW and their policy on this stuff. Like, once they let Shibata wrestle, I was so freaking mad. I damn near swore off AEW altogether. And then they clear Saraya, and I'm just like, okay, seriously, you guys are really, really testing my patience here. I don't like any of it.
I'm glad you brought up Shibata, because I wanted to get your thoughts on that, man, because I know you wouldn't be happy about it. You didn't watch it? I'm glad you didn't.
I refuse to watch that. Nope.
Dude, put it this way, it was like Orange Cassidy was trying to be that careful that he either fucked up, right, or like punches weren't even hitting. Like, it looked that. Anyway, and there was botches, bro. There was some botches, man. And I understand, I get it. Shibata, like, he loves professional wrestling, man. But think about it, Jago. The Shibata before that incident and the Shibata after that, they look like two different people, bro.
Yeah.
They really do, man. It's not the same
if you
person.
If you let him, Kazutori Shibata will die in that ring. If you let him.
100%. And that's no laughing matter.
That's not just some, like, you know, like Ric Flair says that he wants to die in the ring. Nobody believes that. Like, nobody actually believes that. Shibata, I buy it 100%.
I'm 100% behind that too, man. And P says, I heard they've just cleared Terry Funk.
I would rather watch Terry Funk wrestle in 2022 than I would Kazutori Shibata.
With Alzheimer's, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that adds to the gimmick, brother.
Can you imagine that? I don't want to laugh, but like he'd be like Wilder.
Yes, I can absolutely imagine that. Have you ever seen Terry Funk wrestle?
Oh man, of course, man. Shit. That's why I'm laughing, because it does. It actually goes with the thing. But
He is truly living the gimmick at this point.
fuck. I don't want to laugh at that, bro. Come on. But be back to the Saraya Britt Baker match. So who are we choosing here, man? Because I'm fucking, I don't know. Like, we need to protect Britt here, man. But I can't see Saraya losing.
I mean, I feel like Britt's bulletproof at this point. I think she can. I think she can eat a clean loss to Saraya, and I don't think it damages Britt at all.
It's not a no disqualification match, right?
God, I hope not.
All right, because if it is, then that might change.
No, Pierce is just saying he's hardcore, that he'll take them both.
I'm sure he would.
I mean, I feel like there's a joke to be made here, maybe.
I did have the picture about Saraya being all elite, but that's another story. But anyway, let's move on to the next match. I think we're both going Saraya, but we do need to protect Britt Baker, but we'll see what happens. But you're right. I mean, you're going Saraya, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's move on to another match. It doesn't even need to be on this card, and that is between Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Lucha Dumbass in a steel cage match. Yeah. I mean, Jungle Boy wins this one, obviously, because he lost the first matchup to Luchasaurus a few months back.
You know, before we started recording, we were looking up last year's card for Full Gear, and right. Christian, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy were a team on Full Gear last year. Like, this story is a year in the making. It's a steel cage match, and nobody cares. I mean, like, I feel like that's... Yeah, but I feel like that's the epitome of AEW storytelling right there. Like, this has been going on for a year. It's in a steel cage. It's on the undercard, and nobody cares.
And it's not even a blow-off match, because it'll be 1-1.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? It's fucking silly, bro.
And you have a guy dressed as a dinosaur calling himself Luchasaurus. And I mean, like, and that's always been my complaint about Luchasaurus is, like, once you broke up Jurassic Express, what do you do with Luchasaurus? You have to unmask him and make him just into a monster, right? No, they haven't done that at all. Nope.
And they won't.
Luchasaurus.
Right, and they won't. And I hate his freaking theme. Have you heard his theme music, dude? It sounds like Kane again, bro. Like, it's like very Kane-esque. You might as well have the fucking flames coming through the fucking ring posts. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, he looks great. Looks like $1 million. Stupid name, let's be honest.
You know, the worst part is this match is going to go like 18 minutes.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it, man. 100%. And no one's going to give a fuck.
But Jungle Boy going over.
Yep. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I guess we're both going Jungle Boy because surely that's what's going to happen. But let's move on to the next
pay-per-view.
100%.
That's the only reason I go Jungle Boy.
Me too. But the next matchup, which is even more crazy, we could have had a great build to this match. Instead, we have a lot of shenanigans. And he's Jade Cargill, your TBS champion, versus Nyla Rose for the TBS championship. Man, Jade Cargill easily goes over here, but why do they have Nyla Rose fucking pinch, like, steal the freaking belt and run away with it? And mind you, Jargo, him, she, it, I don't know what you want to call it, it was doing the helicopter, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding.
No, I don't know what you're saying. I guess I missed that segment, and boy, darn, am I sorry that I did. I'm with you, though. This has been awful. I get why they're doing the matchup. I'm fine with the matchup, but no.
Can't they?
And I feel like they turned Jade Cargill face, which is just
is it
weird.
Intentional though? But was it intentional though? That's the thing.
No, I don't think it was, but
same here.
That's where we're at.
Fuck me, man. This
company... You know why? Because people want to cheer winners.
Yeah. Well, Jade's a winner, dude.
Yep.
And no doubt about it, she's winning this match. and hopefully no one steals their bloody belt again. And apparently that was Tony Schiavone's idea about Nyla Rose stealing belts, supposedly.
It's been awful. It's just been absolutely terrible, and I can't wait for it to be over with.
Well,
that's very much how I feel about it.
Well, let's move right on, because I think you need to actually mention this one, because it's Death Triangle versus the Elite for the AEW Trios Championship.
No, it's not Death Triangle, Jimmy T. It's not.
Please tell them, Chaco. Please tell everybody.
Triangulo de la Muerta. And they fucking said it this week.
Is that the first time they've ever said it, bro?
Somebody pay me. Like, somebody pay me.
Somebody
put that
pay
shit
me,
on a t-shirt and print them. You betcha.
Dude, you know what that means, right?
I get the dollar.
You're onto it.
Service is rendered, fuck a check, return it to sender. Give me mine and legal tender, Mr. Manager. The venue was filled to capacity. Check the door box, count my percentage and get that to me.
Fuck me on the door and we in all black with Billy's, ball caps and Billy's. It's all raps for really. Fuck me on the door and we in all black with Billy's, ball caps and Billy's. It's all raps for really.
That's right. I want my motherfucking money. I've been on this shit for how long?
Dude, it feels like over a year at least, man.
Oh my god! Like since they put it together and said Death Triangle for the first time, and I was like, oh god, nope. What the fuck? Triangulo de la Muerta. Yes.
But why did it take him so fucking long to actually say it in Spanish, man? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Weird.
Man. I don't know.
But hey, he's right though, man. He's been saying it for a good 2 years. He wants his money.
I want my motherfucking money.
He wants his moolah. He wants his pesos, man. He wants it all. But
this one's tough, bro. This one's really tough. Yes.
You think? I know
you want wins and losses in your championships to mean anything. This one's tough. If this was anybody but the Elite, would we be having this conversation?
Probably not.
Like, Triangulo de la Muerta should win this match.
They should
win this match.
But then what does it say about the Elite if they lose straight off the bat?
That they've been off for, what, 3 months?
Yeah, but...
It's been, 3 months since we've seen them? September, right?
Shit, already, man. Has it been that long already?
Well, it was the first weekend in September. It was Labor Day weekend. So...
Damn. Time flies. Yeah, well, there you go. And before that, we didn't see Kenny. I mean, he was just back.
Right.
I mean, so essentially, we haven't seen.
So I mean, like ring rust. You know, like maybe something goes wrong. Triangulo de la Muerta, like, just gets them right. And the Elite are back, and everybody's happy, and people rejoice, and the Young Bucks go back to being a tag team, and Kenny goes back to being a single star. And Triangulo de la Muerta hangs on to the trios titles. Like, I do not feel like you put the Elite over here. I just don't.
I agree with what you're saying, but I just don't see him doing that. I just don't.
Are people going to view it as a reward if they put the Elite over?
I don't know. That's a tough question, dude. Could they get mega heat for it too? I mean, if they go over,
absolutely get mega heat if they put them over here.
Maybe that's what they want. I mean, why not?
Maybe that is what they want. I think that's the wrong move too. But
that's hard though. You're right. But I'm gonna have to stick
this
with
one's
the Elite.
Tough.
It is tough, but I'm gonna say the Elite because what is the Death Triangle?
Maybe. Really okay, here's what you do.
What's that?
Here's what you do. During the match is when Kenny turns on the Bucks.
I would love that, but
Kenny lays out both the Bucks triangle. Why? Because going back a year ago at Full Gear,
Hangman?
The Bucks gave their blessing to Hangman Page to take out Kenny Omega.
But this is AEW, bro. They don't acknowledge shit like this.
Kenny gets taken out. He loses 7 months of his career. He's back for 2 weeks. He sticks up for the Young Bucks. He gets suspended because of the Young Bucks.
There was the Adam Cole situation too.
Right. Like there's plenty of material they could pull from here, but you turn the Young Bucks babyface. Kenny goes forward as a singles heel. and you're off and running. Maybe you can even put the Hung Bucks back together, because where the hell is Hangman Page on this card? Oh, wait, that's right. He's out with a concussion too. So, I mean, you need something for Hangman when Hangman comes back. Bring him back with the Hung Bucks. They can go after Triangelo de la Muerta.
Do you see this? Yeah. That is much more damage than what Hangman got inflicted, all right? I don't care what anyone says. I ain't concussed.
Dude landed on his head. I mean, like, straight up landed on his head.
I think, you know what, Jugger? Could it be when he was punching himself, Mick Foley styles, the week before?
No, I'm pretty sure he landed on his head.
If you look at that video over and over and over, though, like, if you look at it carefully...
Landed on his head!
Well, whatever. It is what it is. Either way, it's dopey shit. Like, not cowboy shit. It is dumb shit. But it is what it is. So, you're going Death Triangle. I'm going Elite.
No!
It's a tough one.
I'm going Triangelo de la Muerta.
Yes. Triangle. Was it Triangolo de la Muerta?
Triangelo de la Muerta.
So it's Triangolo de la Muerta.
Yes.
There you go. I said it. Well, interesting. We'll see what happens there. But next,
I assume I will get my royalty check for that right after I get my $50 from Cody Rhodes.
And also, WB owe me money for taking our show, dude. Can you believe that? They've started a show called Friday Night Smack Talk, which we had long before they did, just quietly.
Bunch of dicks.
Can you believe that shit?
That's why they're on the
Where's
cock.
Lippman? Exactly.
That's why they're on the cock, because they're a bunch of dicks.
That's a good one. I like it. Yeah, man, that threw me off. Well, speaking of dicks, we do have
back to Nyla Rose.
There's a lot of dicks in this pay-per-view when you think about it. But
sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist making the joke. I'm sorry.
Well, lately it all ends with penis here at the PWC. Apparently, we called the Penis Coalition Network here at the PW. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, like I was saying, speaking of dicks, we got your Ring of Honor World Championship defended by none other than Chris Jericho, and he will be taking on Bryan Danielson, Sammy Guevara, and Claudio Castagnoli. I don't know, dude. I think Jericho wins again. I mean, especially Jericho. What happened. It's you have to. It's Wrestling 101, Jago. Look at the way Dynamite ended.
I mean,
I'm saying
it has to be either Jericho or Danielson.
I was leaning towards Danielson, but not yet. I think if they had the final countdown for that victory, it'd be awesome, dude. But
well, I mean, you're going to want one of those two guys on top going into Final Battle next month, because you got to sell tickets for Final Battle. So you either go with Jericho or Danielson. It wouldn't surprise me, regardless of who the winner is, if you get Jericho versus Danielson as the main event of Final Battle. But I think I go with Jericho, because I think Jericho is a bigger draw than Danielson is. See his appearance on The Masked Singer.
Absolutely, spot on. It's true. It is what it is.
He's more over than Bryan Danielson is.
He's the Ocho. Except
the Ocho.
I don't like how he calls himself the Ocho, because
and he's my best friend.
That too. But yeah, I agree. I'm going Jericho as well. I mean, I think Danielson will get it though soon, very soon.
Probably in Final Battle.
Could be. Absolutely. Could set up for that match. Indeed.
I'm sick and tired of seeing Ring of Honor championships on the AEW show. Like, dude, I'm just so over it. Do something with Ring of Honor or kill it. One of the two.
I think, yeah, well, I agree about killing it or do something with it. Although, I think it's safe to say, though, Jago, come Final Battle in December, they're going to announce that they've got a deal with HBO Max. I mean, TK's already sort of hinted it already. It's pretty much a done deal, dude.
Then do it on HBO Max and get it the hell off of TBS and TNT.
100% with
like, you, for real. I am so tired of seeing the Ring of Honor championships.
Me too, man. And there's two sets of trios freaking championships. There's TV belts. There's fuck the world belts. For the win belts. I mean, anyway, whatever. Yeah, that too. Jesus. Anyway.
And belts. I'm sure at some point DDT belts will make their way over here too.
Well, speaking of DDT, we're going to have DDT wrestlers appearing on Rampage this Friday. So looking forward to that. But anyway, let's move on to the next matchup though, Jago, because it's for your interim AEW Women's Championship. I don't think Toni Storm will be interim for too much longer because I have a feeling that Thunder Rosa is ciao, see you later, very shortly, because there's a lot of something's up over there. Clearly, I don't even think she's injured. But anyway, it is Toni Storm, your champion, versus Jamie Hayter. Really, Jamie Hayter should go over here, man. Really, she's got a lot of momentum, but is she gonna go over? I'm not sure, dude. That's the problem.
I don't think you can take the title off of Toni until she is named the lineal champion. Like once the interim tag is removed, then she can lose it. But I don't feel like she can lose it before that.
I agree, and hence why, even though it is the right time for Hayter to get the victory, man, I think it's her time. But
and it's going to hurt her not getting it.
I know, that's the unfortunate thing because the fans are behind.
It's going to be Thunder Rosa all over again. Remember, like they should have put the title on Thunder Rosa like 6 months before they did, and all she did was lose steam and momentum. It's going to be the same thing. Man.
Same thing, but that's AEW. So we both go Toni, and I can't see why she'd be dropping a championship right now. But that takes us to our next match, and it is for the AEW Tag Team Championships, and that is the Acclaim, your champions, versus Swerve in our glory holes. The Acclaimed easily, obviously. Yeah,
it's the Acclaim. The question is who's turning heel, Swerve or Keith Lee? Because I feel like there could be cases made for both.
Well, fucking why not have them both be heels?
Well, I mean, yeah, you definitely could go that route too, where Keith Lee just joins Swerve and being a complete douchebag. I'd be fine with that too. But I feel like the swerve is that Keith Lee is the one that turns on Swerve. Like, I feel like that is the swerve.
And I'm cool with that, but the problem with that is they're both heels then. It still ends up becoming both heels, right? I mean...
You know, I didn't buy into the whole Swerve being a heel thing until he kidnapped Daddy Ass.
Which is silly, bro.
Broke his hands and...
Sesame, Daddy Ass.
Yeah.
You know what I've always said, though, Jago, because we've only got 2 more matches to go.
That Billy Gunn is the luckiest motherfucker on the face of the pro wrestling world.
Not just fucking lucky, but tell me this wouldn't be a good thing to happen right now in AEW with the whole Sesame shit like going on, and you know, the gay stuff. Sesame. Tell me Billy and Chuck right now, as part of the Acclaimed, as 2 daddies, bro. We have 2 daddies. We got Dad and Daddy as, you know, the fathers of the Acclaim, bro. You telling me it wouldn't be fucking funny right now?
Bringing this up. They're gonna bring in like Chuck Palumbo to like just make a special appearance for the scissoring joke, and
they have to, bro.
Like, I hate this. I absolutely hate the Acclaimed. I do not love the Acclaimed. I'm not all about scissoring Daddy Ass.
Come on, like, Daddy Ass.
No, I hate all of this crap, dude. Like, I wish Swerve in Our Glory would win this match, but they're not going to. The Acclaimed are like the most overact in all of pro wrestling right now, and it makes me sick. Like, this is like when Orange Cassidy was red hot, like, you know, 18 months ago, and it was just like, oh, I hate everything about this. Like, I see the money in it. I know that people love it. I fucking hate it.
Oh, man. Well, if it's going to bring a smile to your face, Jago, they got to at least do that. They got to bring Chuck Palumbo back, you know, have Billy and Chuck, and then it's all good, you know what I mean? But Chris says in the chat, Billy Gunn can charge for fans to scissor him until he dies. Talk about money in the bank. $50 a pop. Ka-ching.
And then tell people to suck it.
Yeah, just suck it, literally. I mean, literally.
Scissor me and suck it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
They should bring back Chuck Palumbo, and that should be the name of their tag team. Scissor me and suck it.
Scissor me, suck it. That's fucking funny.
The
Why not?
SSI, scissor me and suck it.
Let's just hope I'm telling you now, dude, if they do bring fucking Chuck back, they've been listening to us, dude. We've been saying this for ages now. But it calls for Chuck
Terrible.
in the Acclaimed. I know it's terrible, but it'll be fucking funny, bro. Come on. And we get the wedding all over again in AEW.
Oh, God.
Daddy and Dad. Scissoring all around, dude.
Scissor me and suck it.
It's a bit suck it. Anyway, I guess their love is so good to us, Jargo. It is what it is. And
It is what it is.
let's just hope I'm not right, but it'd be funny. I'm not gonna lie. So
How
let's
has
move on.
Billy Gunn not come out with, I've got 2 words for you. Scissor me.
I don't fucking know. That's true though. That's a good one. Scissor me, daddy ass. It's true. I've got 2 words for you.
It's
And
another
it ain't-
$50 fucking dollars, Tony. I know you're going to steal that shit.
He fucking will, 100%. And it's fucking
Scissor me
common
and
sense.
suck
too.
it. Got 2 words for you. Scissor me. You bet.
Scissor me, suck it though. is
The
pretty good
pop.
too.
The pop would be ridiculous.
Oh boy, it would. So I guess it's safe to say we're both going Acclaimed over here, right? We're scissoring all around, I guess.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, thank God we're up to our second last matchup, because this Eliminator Tournament finals match is just... It could have been a whole bunch of killers. It feels like a whole bunch of jobbers at this point. And I say that term in a sad way because I like most of these guys. But it is Ethan Page versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks or Lance Archer in an Eliminator Tournament finals match. Ricky Starks, man, surely. The littlest
I
guy
hope Ricky
is
Starks-
going over, bro.
Ricky Starks has got to win this whole damn thing, right?
He's got to win. He has to. I would rather Ethan Page just quietly, right?
But this is a great example of what I was talking about with Wardlow
Bad
earlier.
match. Right.
Right? Like, people were super pissed off when Ricky Starks lost to Powerhouse Hobbs. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. it's
Now
true.
Ricky Starks could be the next in line for a championship match in the course of just a couple of months. Like, you could build
Why, though?
Wardlow versus MJF a couple of months from now if you rebuild Wardlow like they've rebuilt Ricky Starks.
Do you think they've done a good job in rebuilding Ricky Starks, though, personally?
I think that Ricky Starks has to win 2 matches and people will buy him as the number 1 contender to Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
But
And I think people will be into that match.
But last week he got the shit kicked out of him by
He's a
Lance
formidable
Archer.
baby face. I mean, look at the size of the dude.
Right,
He's
but even
fighting from
before that.
underneath, bro.
But you know what burns me the most? Why isn't fucking Miro around here? Like, why? What has he fucking done
I don't know.
to not get a fucking place on this card? But anyway, that's for another show, another time, I guess. But you know what?
Maybe he'll come back with the House of Black.
That would be cool, but it should have happened ages ago, where he turned on his
Agreed.
god. You know what I mean? I think it was you and I that were actually talking about that.
Yep.
If they went with it back then, cool. Now we're getting a rebirth. Literally, they're all christened again. Then I guess we're going House of Black 2.0, like
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, let's move on to the main event, though, Jargo. It is John Moxley, your AEW champion, putting the belt on the line versus Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Surely MJF gets his comeuppance here and becomes our new AEW World Champion, right, Jargo?
I think so. I mean, we all kind of know that Mox wasn't supposed to be in this spot. Mox was supposed to be on vacation. Mox was supposed to be coming back right about now, right?
It's true.
Enjoy your vacation, Mox. You've earned it.
Absolutely. Does that mean Renee Paquette also goes on vacation again?
I don't care. She's
That's
not
cool.
a central enough character to where I really give a shit.
Fair point. That's true. That is very true. Well,
Is Max a babyface or a heel coming out of this, though? That, to me, is the real intrigue.
it's fucking silly because you know what's going to happen, Jargo? And I've said this. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, because I froze. I think we're going to have William Regal turn on Moxley and join the devil because really, he is the devil. Regal is the devil all along.
That's true.
So, I'm telling you now, dude, even though he doesn't need the mouthpiece, I can just see it. It's going to be Regal and MJF as a thing. And then we can blow up this big black combat cock thing going on there. Blackpool Club.
On paper, I like William Regal with MJF. In
So do I.
practicality, I don't think I do.
Because he doesn't need a mouthpiece.
Well, it's not that. I mean, CM Punk didn't need a mouthpiece, and him and Paul Heyman were absolute freaking magic together, right?
Dude.
It's the size. Like, William Regal towers over Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's wider than he looks like MJF's muscle, not his manager. And I think that would be a real problem with establishing MJF as a champion.
Wow. I mean, I haven't thought that far ahead, but do you think that could be a problem, really? Do you think...
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think it hurts Max's credibility seeing him standing next to William Regal.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, you're right. He's much bigger. But the thing is, I just think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go that way. I mean, it makes sense to... I could be
I've
way
gotten
off.
that feeling too, but I don't think it works the way that people are going to want it to work. I think it's going to be bad for Max in the long run. I do.
Damn. Well, we'll see what happens. But
Like,
you know
on
what,
paper,
Doug?
I see the appeal. I do.
Oh,
But
no, absolutely.
I think he would be better off with somebody like a Tyrus or like a W. Morrissey, or, somebody that was a larger, more muscle kind of, and like Wardlow was, right? Like, that's
Right, yeah.
what Max needs. He doesn't need a manager who makes him look like a little dude.
No, I agree with you 100%, man. And I think that pretty much sums it up, man, because I guess we can take it home from now, man, because I know you're short on time, man, and I've been
Yeah.
trying to get through it pretty quick. So, before we go, Jago, tell them where they can find you, my man.
Social media platforms at NotJargo, of course, MichaelJargo.com, and you never know, I might be around. Maybe tomorrow we'll sit down and we'll do a new Rampage Uncaged.
Absolutely, man, and this time you can host.
Hey, how about that?
There you go. Well, in saying that, if you want to follow me, you can on Twitter at DJ MassFX and at the PWC Network. Please like and subscribe at the PWCNetwork.podbean.com, where you can find all our shows. Also at channelattitude.com with $5, as Jago just alluded to. You can hear us talk not only about Rampage, but AEW in particular. And also like and subscribe at HameenMediaGroup.podbean.com, where you can find all our affiliate shows. So in saying that, I'm Jimmy T. That's Dr. Michael PhD. And you've been listening and watching the AEW Full Gear Prediction Show right here on the PWC Network. We're out. Peace.